Hi there, welcome back to Mastering the Young Band. Today's episode, I want to talk about dynamics with your ensembles. I like to teach dynamics based on relativity of listening to the people around you. So what I talk about on the first day I do dynamics with my band is we'll talk about piano first. So what I say is I usually have the students say, okay, everybody, here's the symbol for piano, P for piano. Everybody say piano, piano, great. Here's the definition of piano. Piano is I'm a lot softer than the people next to me. So I don't say piano is soft. And I explain to them why. I tell them that I don't say it's soft because a flute player's soft is going to be vastly different than a trumpet player's idea of soft. Dynamics are relative to what you hear in the people next to you. So I'll say it again. Piano, I'm a lot softer than the people next to me. I'm a lot softer than the people next to me. Okay, here we go. Let's play a concert F. I usually teach these through concert F, 8 counts. And I'll go, okay, here's what a 8 count concert F at piano sounds like. And I'll play it. I'll talk to them about having our embouchure be firmer, the core being nice and firm, and a laser beam of air going across the room. And we'll just practice piano. We'll go back and forth. I play, you play. I'll try it on different instruments, maybe a clarinet, maybe a baritone, trombone, just so they can hear different timbres playing piano. And then we'll move on. Okay, next everyone. Mezzo piano is I'm a little softer than the people next to me. And we say that definition. I go, okay, here we go. Let's play it. I'm a little softer than people next to me. I play, they play. Then we talk about mezzo forte is I'm playing the same volume as the people next to me. I'm not louder. I'm not softer than people next to me. I hear their sound the same as mine. And then same thing. We'll play that several times. The definition I use for forte is I'm a little louder than the people next to me. And so we'll work on that. Again, I don't say that forte is loud because a trumpet player, football boy's idea of loud versus a flute player's version of forte, we can't do it that way. It can't just be loud. Otherwise, it's relative to the student than relative to what they're hearing in the environment. So the definition, again, I use is forte. I'm a little louder than the people next to me. So I'll play forte, they play forte, and you'll be surprised with that definition. You don't get very many kids that overblow and just play obnoxiously loud that level players can do sometimes. And then we'll cycle through it. And by the way, we do this over multiple days. At first, I might just introduce piano and forte for a class period and do that for a few. Then I'll add in mezzo piano, and then I'll add in forte. Then, once they have a pretty good concept of the 4 different dynamic levels, then as part of their warm-up, we'll just do concert Fs. We'll get warmed up, and they'll go, all right, play a little softer than the people next to you. Play a little louder than people next to you. So sometimes I'll just say the definition. Sometimes I'll say the definition and the dynamic. And whenever I ask the students a definition of a dynamic, they tell me those whole sentences. They don't say medium soft or loud or medium loud. You'll be surprised at how using this concept really gets your students a pretty darn good dynamic range. Your forte, you're not going to get kids overblowing. Your piano, you're going to get softer than you think you might be able to get. And it just really creates these 4 distinct dynamic levels with your band. What I love about these definitions is it gives your students more, they're focusing more on listening than they are of just some term like loud or soft. I started using this with my band about 15 years ago, and it just works fantastic as a framework for your students to understand those different dynamics. Pianissimo, what I tell my students, because once we start getting into especially grade 3 and 4, by the way, grade 2, I do not let my second year players play fortissimo or pianissimo. I tell them to take it down to forte or bump it up to piano. Second year players really struggle to play those dynamics well. Even my third year players struggle with it. Once I feel like my band is ready, we might do a fortissimo or pianissimo. And the terms I use for fortissimo is I'm a lot louder than the people next to me with a good tone. Pianissimo, this one's an interesting one. I tell the kids, you're going to feel your sound more than you hear it. And they play that, and then they kind of understand what it's like, is they really feel their sound more than they hear it in the ensemble. And that's how I get my fortissimo and my pianissimo to work. Try that with your bands, though, those different definitions. Again, here they are again. So forte, I'm a little louder than the people next to me. Mezzo forte, I'm the same volume as the people next to me. Mezzo piano, I'm a little softer than the people next to me. Piano, I'm a lot softer than the people next to me. Using that framework, you'll be surprised at how your students have those 4 levels of dynamics pretty well. Thanks.